So my name's Greg Carter. I'm the Senior Ranger Assets here in Southwest region for the Queensland Parks and Wildlife Service. We're responsible for the management of 3 million hectares of the southern part of Queensland. So we chose TracPlus because we'd done a fair amount of market research about what was out there in terms of communication and tracking systems. We had used a couple of other proprietary systems that were available, but mainly for the recreational market. And so they didn't really suit our needs as far as mapping, communication, and also emergency response.
So one of the big things that we always had was we weren't able to get alerts and know where our rangers are at any given time. So TracPlus has been able to help us with that. We can track them when they're out and about in our region. They're able to message us easier because we don't have a lot of phone systems, and we're able to use TracPlus with a satellite to get more connectivity, so we can keep an eye on where our rangers are at any given time, whether they need any help from us. We can also use it for tracking on our fires and seeing where all our assets are.
So the features and functionality that are really important to us is obviously the visual representation of where our staff are in the landscape, with the ability to be able to overlay different layers on the mapping, so being able to see the topography, being able to see where within a particular protected area that they are. Obviously the emergency response, the inertia alarm if we have vehicles that have a rollover or a particular piece of plant that has a rollover. Those are incredibly important features for us.
An example is just yesterday we had a crew out up on one of our remote walking tracks doing some work out at Carnarvon Gorge. I was able to monitor their progress through the day and make sure they got back to camp safely. So I got a message from them at 5 o'clock in the afternoon through the TracPlus RockSTAR, and I was able to have a look at that on my desktop and go, well, I can see they're clearly back. So for our operations, it's really great from a safety perspective that we can just keep an eye on our staff and make sure they get back to where they need to be safely.
It would be very difficult to go past a system like TracPlus to be able to get value for money and also all of the features that it actually has within the system. And it really is a system, not only for the devices, but also for the portal that you're able to access as well.